We're live. Hi, everybody. Nettie P. Stamping here with you from Warnersville, Pennsylvania. I just feel so organized today, and it's scary. It's scary. It really is because if everything goes the way it's supposed to, we are going to see three cards tonight, and they're actually three pretty cool cards, if I do say so myself. And I think that I have this all figured out so that you can actually see what I'm doing and it's not upside down or sideways or catty cornered or anything else. So that's pretty cool too. And I think that I can even write down the measurements for things as I go. Although I don't know if you're going to need them because what I planned for tonight is to show you, just some different layouts that are kind of cool. So let's see what's going on. Stampin' Up is still doing celebration. It's going to be, don't forget, the only celebration of the year. So, free stuff, lots of free stuff. Although this is, hi Connie, this is Stampin' Up's 35th anniversary year. And I just have a feeling they're going to do something kind of special for that. I don't think they could just pass that by, just let it slide without notice. So I bet something's going to happen. But, well, just in case you didn't see it, because I know most of you have, because I've recruited most of you, if you if you want to be a demonstrator and you want to be on my team, you can get this machine, or you can actually get this machine in pretty boho blue. Boho blue, I have it in good authority, is going to be the new ink color, one of the new ink colors coming up. Yeah, there's going to be a new catalog coming up in, I guess, April. But anyway, let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about celebration. So during celebration, this is the promotion. You get this machine. This machine rocks. I use it a lot, lot. I really do. Okay, so there's that. Something else I wanted to show you because I'm going to be using it tonight, and I have used it a bunch. This pack of paper, like you can see, I have all the scraps here in the front. I don't think I did. I don't think I did a sample sheet of this. No, I did not. Okay, but look at this 48 sheets of paper in this pack. Okay, 12 by 12, 48 sheets. There are blues and there are greens and there are uh, oranges and purples and peach and yellow and just so many neat colors and pretty patterns and gorgeous papers. Free with order. Free. Yep. You can get this pack of paper for free. And you can get this gorgeous pack of paper, which is another one I've used so much. All these also free, but this is for a $50 purchase. This is, let's see, it's 12 by 12, and there are 12 pieces of paper in this, and we are going to use this. I've been using this a whole bunch, but you can use this for so many things. I'm going to use it tonight again. I have used it a bunch of times already, but I'm going to use it again tonight anyway. So those are some of the things you can get. There's a lot of other things you can get for free. Hi Linda, hi Carol. Linda has joined my team this week. Linda is getting a boho blue mini Winnie. Um, you'll be happy with it, I'm sure. Hi Susie. Uh let's see what else. I guess that's all I can tell you. Let's get started. I have 3 cards going tonight, so I want to get right in here and get moving. I have figured this whole shebang out pretty good. So I'm going away. Oh no, wait. Before I go away, let me pull out my little box here. Oh yeah, we're gonna have an in-person meeting coming up, and so Connie and Linda and Susie and yeah, Karen will be there. Barb won this card tonight. Barb wins a lot of cards. Barb, I don't know. She's got a lucky streak going a mile long. Um, let me find. See, I said I was organized. I should have kept my mouth shut because I'm not that organized. Yes, I am here. Okay, Barb gets the card. And Karen, I still owe you one. And I have it here in an envelope. Don't you worry, I didn't forget about it. There's Barb's for tonight. Okay, let's get on this. I'm going away. So I'm going to say bye. I have this set up a little funky, but I think you're going to be able to see this better this way. You have to let me know. Hi, Karen. There. Okay. This is everything. I don't think it's going to be upside down for you. I think you're going to be able to see everything well. I think. Okay, let's go. Let's try this. So, the first thing I want to talk about layouts tonight. What about layouts? Okay, so people ask me, where do you get the ideas for your cards? Well, you look at Pinterest, you look at Facebook. Um, they call it casing, copy and share everything. CASE, copy and share everything. Well, what's nice and oh yeah, this nice and large, isn't it? And it's right side up. I'm thrilled. It took me long enough to figure out how to do it. But hey, we got it going on now. Okay, so anyway, I have found that there are some demonstrators who uh, do these things called sketchbooks. And what they do is they'll take a typical card layout, which this is a regular typical card layout, and they'll just draw it up black and white, no designer paper or anything like that. Here's the sentiment, here's the papers, and you can just pull that sketchbook out and pick a layout and go, okay, that'll work with the paper I want to use it with. And so this is one of those layouts, and I like this layout. It's a pretty easy one, and it's pretty cool, really, when you look at how what you end up with. Okay, so I've done two of them here, the same, and I'm doing a third one for you right now. So this will show you exactly how we're doing this layout thing. Okay, so I'm of course starting with my typical half sheet cardstock, burnished at a quarter. This is going to be my inside. I'm not going to really worry about that, right? Well, maybe I will. Let's just get it over with, right? Okay, I'm just putting a little piece of the matching paper on the bottom rather than stamping. And then I thought that I had wishing you everything wonderful out. Yes, I did. See, that's what happens. You get yourself too organized and you get really screwed up because you forgot what you did. So for the inside, remember, I don't glue it down until it's stamped and done, because if I screw it up, I can't undo it. Whereas now, if I would have messed that up, I could just take another piece of paper or flip it upside down or do something with it to fix it. So we don't want to do anything until we don't glue anything down until we have it ready. But so it says wishing you everything wonderful. Typical inside, right? Okay, so for the outside, I'm going to take a piece. This is Highland. No, this is Highland Heather. And this is fresh freesia. This is 4 by 5 1/4. Now, 4 by 5 1/4 is a pretty typical first layer, matte layer, I call it. And I would write that down for you if I had a pen handy, which I know I do, but I just don't know where. So everybody's congratulating Linda. I'm just ecstatic. Linda and Karen are joining us, and you're gonna love it. You are gonna have so much fun. Honest, you really are. I'm not kidding you. Okay, you have your typical card base. This mat is 4 by 5 1/4. That's your mat. Then you take a piece of designer series paper. This piece of designer series paper is 3 3/4 by 5. So what I did is I took 1/4 inch off of the 4 and 1/4 inch off the 5 1/4 to get the 3 1/4 by 5. Okay. Then I'm going to divide this 3 3/4 by 3. So that would be 1 1/4 for each strip. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut 3 strips at 1 1/4. And keep them in order, okay? So this is how they went in the cutting machine. This is how they're coming out. Because, see, the pattern is there. You're going to take it out. You're going to keep that pattern. You're going to glue it onto the front. Here's something else I don't usually do. I'm going to use Stamp and Seal. This is Stampin' Up's tape runner that I never got along with very well. But I'm trying it. It's something new that I'm trying because people tell me it's wonderful, good, and I don't believe them, but I'm going to try it out anyway. Uh, okay, so we're going to take this piece. Now, we only went down 1/4 inch. We're going to leave a little bit in between each piece. So we're going to come pretty close to the edge, but just leave a little bit there in the end, okay? Then we're going to take, now these are our pieces that are left. Now we're going to glue this piece down. Because again, I'm going to take it close to the edge. Okay. Then we're going to fit this piece in the middle with whatever room is left. But we're going to try and leave a little bit of a space in between. Now you can avoid having to worry about it so much by cutting an extra 1/4 inch off one of the sides, but then it doesn't divide by 3 and you end up with a little bit uneven of your pieces. It's not necessarily noticeable, but I noticed it, so I didn't want to do it that way. So, okay, can you see these measurements? Okay. Okay, so those are my measurements. There's that. And here's this piece. Now I'm taking a piece of plain white. I'm also taking a ribbon. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my faux bow thing here. I'm going to put the ribbon around this side. Oh my, I put another light up too. That was another one of the improvements that I did, except that it's in my way. Oh, you can't see that, but I'm knocking over the light to get out the tape. Oh, it's always fun. So tomorrow night we have a team meeting, and everybody will get to talk to Linda on Zoom. I think if she comes, I think you're going to come, and I'm not sure. I didn't know you might not be able to tomorrow. Oh well, I don't know. This isn't. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Maybe we won't. Okay, so next I am taking the ribbon that I just put aside and making a bow. But before I do that, now I'm going to decide, do I want to cut something out to stamp my happy birthday, or do I want to leave it like this? I sort of like this. But what I want to do is make it a little bit longer than that, put my bow over farther, and put my dots on the sides. So how I'm going to do that, I'm going to take my stamp, my happy birthday stamp. I'm going to use the bigger one this time. I'm going to use Gorgeous Grape. And since I'm trying something a little different, I don't have this set up the way, because I had the thing here to cut it, but I'm not going to cut it. That's pretty. That is such a pretty font. I really like these stamps. This is the Go-To Greetings stamp set. And the fonts on this, I think, are so pretty. Um, Unfortunately, I haven't used it quite as much as I thought I was going to, but I think that's just because I've been trying to use so many other things. Because when a new catalog comes out, I just go crazy, buy a bunch of stuff, and now I'm trying to use that stuff. So I haven't been using this as much as I thought I would, but it's one that I will keep, and I will probably use it in the future a lot. So I don't despair. And I got glue on it. And I know exactly. Oh, it's glue dots too. What a mess. Ugh. Okay. So I now have this. I want to leave a little bit on each side. And I also am going to trim this down just a little at the bottom, so that it's not quite as big and bulky, but I want to leave a little room on either side for those purple dots. Okay. There's that. Then the bow is going to go all the way over to the edge. Oh yeah, okay. I thought you told me already that you had something going on. Well, what I will do, on when we have team meetings, I do tape them, try to record them. I actually have a little bit of an agenda written up, and the first thing on the agenda is turn on the record button. So hopefully I will remember to do that, and then I will get it recorded and I will send it out to you. Something that I just wanted to mention, since both Linda and Karen got one, the mini machines, I've been seeing a lot of chatter on Facebook where people are having trouble with them. And I'll tell you honestly, I did not have trouble with mine. I really like the machine. Um, but And a lot of people are saying, I don't know why you're having problems with it. I've never had problems with it. So I don't know if it's just the users or if there really is a problem with some of them or what. But they tell me that it works better for them to use the gray plate on the bottom instead of the white one. If you have trouble with it, try that. Give me a call if you have problems. I will get you through it. And also, staggering the plates helps, which just, don't put them all in the machine. Don't feed them all into the machine at the same time. Feed them in separate, like just leave a little gap in between. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I can show you that too. Okay, so I'm taking these. I seem to be doing a lot of purple cards this year. I don't know. It just seems like a lot of the cards, a lot of the paper warrants the purple cards. I guess that's what it is. So these are opaque adhesive back gems. Love these colors. Um, I think that is, what color is that? I don't even know what color that's supposed to be. Let's see if it says. It doesn't say. Obviously, it's gorgeous grape and white, and that could be fresh freesia, and that could be sweet sorbet. Geez, maybe it's Orchid Oasis and Starry Sky. I don't know, but I could look it up in the catalog, but I'm not going to do that right now. What I'm going to do is just glue them on and shut up. Susie, you have to do what? Feed them through separate or use the gray plate or all all of the above. What do you have to do? So I'm putting dimensionals on. Use the gray plate. Okay. I'll show you what we're talking about in just a second. So we're going to just glue this front on now. It's done. We have put our happy birthday on. We have put our ribbon on and our bow. And it's very pretty, but you see how easy. That was such a simple card. And it's done. And it's very pretty with just that little space in between. I'll tell you, if you use a heavy contrast paper too, sometimes it looks really cool, like a yellow designer paper on a black background or something like that. That really looks cool too. This one here, I did cut the paper shorter, smaller this way, so you can see there's more purple in between, but I don't know. I kind of like that way. Okay, so you could embellish it other ways. You could stick branches. There's little, like, this paper has the stamp set that goes with it is Dainty Delight, and it has, let me get it here and show it to you. It has a lot of things with it that the like I use this a lot. A lot of these little twigs and flowers and things look really cute tucked down and behind these things. So, I mean, there's so many things you can do with it, but this is very basic and it's quick and it's simple. And if you want to knock off 50 of them at a time, you could do that because it's just not that difficult to put together. So, you can get as elaborate with it as you want or as simple with it as you want. Okay. So, oh, and then because this was one of my New Year's resolutions, I am going to give the postman something to do. Like, I am going to try to remember to use my designer series paper. I got so much of this paper. This paper is just I love it, but I really got a lot of it because I figured I'd make kits with it and use it for parties and things like that. So I really got a lot of it. And so every time I make a card, I'm going to make an envelope to go with it because it's gorgeous use of this paper. And it's easy. 2.5 by 5 3/4. That strip is. Glue it down and then trim it off with your paper snips. Just super, super simple. The only thing now, I don't know if you took notice when I was putting this on, I put the glue on the envelope. I kind of slide the paper up into the top. I want to make sure I get glue on that edge, but I don't want to get so much glue on that it oozes out because I don't want glue all over the front of my envelope. I don't want it to get all sticky. I don't want the postman having it stuck to his fingers. I just want it to stick down. So I'm going to slide it up so that all the glue gets up to the edge. And the whole thing is, it's just like it's the envelopes flap. Okay. And you know what? When people see that, they love it. They just love it. It looks so pretty. The envelope matches the card. And if you don't have the right paper, in case you didn't notice, I just pulled some other designer paper for these. Um, Same color, just different paper. But use your designer series paper. It's so pretty, so nice to use, and people love it. So there's your card. There's card number one. Okay, move on to number two. This When I first saw this stamp set in the celebration book, I thought, have they lost their mind? I mean, really, come on. Carrots. It's carrots. Who makes carrots in a card? Well, I do. Let me just show you how cool these cards came out. I made two of them, and it's kind of funny. This is where I cased the catalog. Well, I started out casing the catalog and then I kind of went a little rogue, a little off on my own. But that's what it's all about, right? Okay, so this is one. This is the one that we're going to make right now. Thanks a bunch. Uh, I didn't do the inside. Shame on me. But I think it's kind of cute, right? And then, how about this one? It looks like spring. Okay, and this is using that paper that I showed you a little earlier that you get the big, big pack of 12 by 12. Yep. And let's see, what colors did I use here? I used pumpkin pie, garden green, mango melody, and granny apple green. And then I used the Thanks a Bunch stamp set, free celebration with a $50 order. See, you're going to need huge orders just to get all this cool stuff. Okay, so I started out with the typical card base in garden green. This is your half sheet, scored at 4 1/4 and burnished. And boy, I just messed something up here. I just saw this. My plan for the last card that I just did, instead of using the purple ribbon. I was going to use this soft seafoam ribbon because it looks so pretty with everything, and I thought it would be really neat with that. So I had it sitting right here, and then I didn't use it. But anyway, that's beside the point. Okay, so what we're going to do, we have our base here. I'm going to put that aside. We do not need this, or do we need this? Yes, we do need this for a layer. This is our first layer. This is the designer series paper, and that is going to go right on top of that. I made this afternoon. You would think that I would know what I'm doing here. You love the carrots. I'm telling you, when I first saw it, I thought they must be nuts. What? Who wants to do carrots? But when I looked at them and looked at all the pretty colors and the neat things people were doing with them, I thought, yeah, okay, why not? And I happen to have a friend that ever since I've known him forever, he like we celebrate the beginning of spring. So I always send him a card, and that's going to be the card I send. It looks like spring, and there's somebody that could be watching, and if you're watching, close your eyes because you're not supposed to see that until you get it. The first day of spring. Did that make sense? Now, here's what we're doing. We're taking a piece of white paper. We are taking our stamp set. We want the full carrot. And then we want this squiggly thing that looks like mountains or dirt or whatever, because that is what's going to give our carrot its color. Then we want that, and we want that. And we want thanks a bunch. If I could find it. It's in here. I know it is. Oh, there it is. A bunch. Okay, so those are the stamps we're going to use. Start with that one. Oh. And this one, okay. Now I'm going to start with Mango Melody. And my big carrot. And I'm going to stamp 4 of these, kind of staggered a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Oops. 4. Then I'm going to take the pumpkin pie. And that doesn't have to be perfect because you are going to stamp over it now with this little thing. And this is going to give the carrot its carrotness. Is that a word? I don't know. And again, you don't have to be perfect. Just kind of get it in there. Now this part I copied out of the catalog, the 4 carrots, the 2 different colors, the bushy tops. The bushy tops are going to go greeny apple green. With this one, Oh, and what I'm doing with this is I'm kind of doing a hard and then stamping off a couple times around it. It just fills it in a little bit. There. Then that was the granny apple green. Then I'm going to take the garden green. And I'm going to go with this. Just kind of right up the middle. But you can kind of cross them over a little bit. Just put them in how they look right. Okay, now I'm going to take my stamp the thanks a bunch, and I'm going to put them both on here at the same time so that I know they're lined up and straight. And I'm even going to, well, I'm stamping them here, so right about in the middle, but this happened to me the last time. I have it hanging off the end a little bit, so I didn't get the bunch in all the way, but that's okay because this is scrap paper that I'm using here, so it's not a biggie. Got a little crooked. Let's try it one more time, see if we can get it better. Don't like that one either. Fourth time is the charm. We'll see. Yep, that's the one. And then I have a piece of garden green here that I'm going to use for the background. Now, what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to cut this off. Oh dear, I've been piling everything up on my paper cutter. Okay, the green is about 3/4 of an inch, so I want this smaller than that. See if I can make that happen. And yes, I believe I have. Yep. Okay, and what I'm going to just do here is I'm going to just cut this at an angle. There. There. And then I'm going to stick it on here and cut the angle here too. That stuff really is sticky. I can tell you that. Okay, so all our stamping is done. Now we're going to do some cutting. Now, I think that this would fit through Mini Winnie, but I'm going to take it over and put it on my big one just because. And okay, what this is stitched rectangles, and this is the second largest of the stitched rectangles. It's going to go right on here, and I'm going to run it through just like that. Be right back. There we go. Okay. Now that piece is going to get glued to this. I got a smudge right there. I'm going to try and figure something out to cover that up. Ink smudge. This piece is 3 3/4 by 5. I don't know if I told you that. I just saw that I wrote it down. Okay. And then I took a piece of baker's, no, linen thread and wrapped it around twice. And tied it. And this is pretty much what's going to end up covering up that little boo-boo there, I think. Everybody has farmer friends that are going to love this, huh? And it's cute. It has the thank you card, and then it also has a couple of nice sayings on it actually. Um, there's no one quite like you. Looks like spring. Then there's one that just says, "Hey there." Now, I am just going to let this bow, whatever, just kind of hang. No, that's what I'm going to do with it. I am going to cut off the linen thread. Just going to let the bow out there. And put this on dimensionals. There it is. Bend it up upside down. The bow is upside down. No, it's not. There it is. It's fixed. Okay. And then this gets glued onto the front. Or actually, I put that on with dimensionals too. And it works. Just to be on the safe side, I like to put a little bit of tape on the back when I have, if I'm going to put this on dimensionals, I'm not going to have any glue holding this down. So I just stick a piece of tape on it just to make sure that it's not going to move around and like rip the card or anything. Okay. I put that on crooked. No, it's okay. Okay. I like that card. I really do. That's so silly, but I like it. And then I'm going to, let's see, thanks a bunch. There's no one quite like you would work perfectly on the inside with the thanks a bunch. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to actually And I looked at these and could not figure out what they were. And finally, after looking at them quite a bit, I finally figured out what they were. They're carrots, but they look like fingers. I thought they were fingers. I couldn't figure out what they were. So I'm going to put the fingers on here with, there's a piece of greenery that would go with perfectly. That I just took off, and here it is. And again, the garden green. And there's no one quite like you is going to go on the inside. And I never put an inside on that one, so I'm going to do that one too right away. And I just went through the thing about the envelopes. And won't this be fun? When that's too, yeah, that's too big. I'm going to go with this one this time. Oops, I need 2 envelopes. What I'm doing here is I'm taking my, hi Barb, you won the card. I just thought I'd tell you that quick. Because, and I'm not even sure which one you won. I'm doing 3 tonight. Now, this one is a little funky. It's a little bit actually bigger than the carrots, but you know what? I like it, so I'm going to use it anyway. And I think it looks okay. There. That works. At least that works for me. This needs just a little bit more carrotness. And I got it. All right, so then I'm just going to glue these inside. This I'm going to use my stamp and seal to do that. And Barb, you actually get your choice if you want to, or you can get my choice. Um, we have a carrot card that says, "Thanks a bunch. There's no one quite like you." The card that I don't know if you saw the beginning, probably not. Um, the first card I did was a birthday card with flowers. This one, happy birthday. And I have one more coming. We still have time. Yes, we do. Because this one's a pretty quick one. And I have a lot of it done ahead of time. Okay, so that was the carrot card. And well, I did this one too, guys. This one was so similar to that one. I used the small carrots, and then I just cut out the shapes out of the rectangles again, the small box and the rectangle. Put a little double bow on here, use the same background paper, and oh, it looks like spring, and on the inside it says everything's coming up carrots. Okay, last card. Again, I use the free paper. This one is the owls. And I have everything cut out and ready to go here, just about, I think. So this should go pretty quick. Um, let me just quick put these away so I have the blocks, because I know I need the blocks. Boy, that makes a lot of noise when I bang those down, doesn't it? I'm not even banging them, I'm just placing them, and yet they sound like I'm banging them. I don't know why that is, but okay, now these are all put away, so I can move on with the carrots. Oh, Susie, I know I love the owls too. You know, the only thing about the owls that bugs me is that you have to color them, but they're cute. They're adorable. They are time consuming because you have to color them, although I have done this a pretty quick way and it pretty much worked for me. Okay, so let me just show you, although I have a finished one, I don't know where it is. That isn't a good thing, because then I'll have to do it again and it will take longer. And I did it, I just finished it, so it's here somewhere. Gotta be. I'm looking at my trash can, it's not there. Not here. Oh, for Pete's sake. I purposely did this ahead of time so that you wouldn't have to sit here and watch me color. So let's move on. Okay. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. We took again standard card base fresh freesia. I grabbed some paper out of the free paper again, the designer series paper. I'm telling you, this paper is so useful. So I took a couple different patterns in all in purple. Okay, so this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. And then this piece is going to get glued on right in the middle here. This piece is 4 by 2 and oh, why didn't I write that down? Yeah, it's 4 by 2.5. That's what I thought. 2.5. Okay, and then we're going to take a piece of white. We are going to take our owl and our memento black, and we're going to stamp the owl. And I'm going to put him right about in the middle. And I'm just doing this to show you how I'm doing it. I took early espresso and I used that to color the outside of, the outside parts. Now, I'm using colored pencils because they're the most cost effective way if you don't have a lot of colors of blends or anything else. The colored pencils are the most cost effective way to get color in a card like this. And if you love the owls, which I do, um, oh, it's right under my hand, Barb. You saw it. I didn't. So you're gonna you're gonna use this, and I just got to show you this real quick. I took not pumpkin pie, Cajun craze, and did this part with the Cajun craze. You don't have to be neat. It's good to stay in the lines, but you don't have to, like you don't have to be shading it or anything like that. Just color it with your pencils. So you're going to get the idea here. I'm not going to color the whole thing because that was my whole point in doing it ahead of time so that I didn't have to do the whole thing. Now, I know some people use water paints and some people use the blender pens. I prefer the blender pens, but if you can use water paints, that is entirely your game. I think I know we had this discussion. I think Connie, you just use the regular water paint brushes with these, which is fine. Now, the one thing I can caution you with the water paint is you don't want to get too much water in because it will wreck the paper, and the blender pens will too. So, but you just look at that. See, it comes out much nicer than when you colored it in all jiggity jaggedy. So that was how I colored this one in, and then I used the blender pens. I used a little bit of Bermuda Bay on this one. I used Granny Apple Green on the other one. I used Pumpkin Pie on his beak and his feet. I took a piece of the fresh freesia, just big enough to make a frame around it. I didn't even measure it. I cut it out with the size that fit. I grabbed my actually I used the stylish shapes. I grabbed the one that fit around the owl and I cut it with that. I then took also the stylish shapes, this one, and I'm taking a piece of fresh freesia and the stamp that says it's your day, and gorgeous grape. And this one I didn't cut out. Don't ask me why I didn't cut it out. I just didn't. Get out little mini Winnie. Okay, so when I talk about staggering, okay, this plate you can replace with the gray plate. I use the white plate and it works just fine. Susie needs to use the gray. You want the owl one? Absolutely, Barb. No problem. You'll get the owl one. Of course, they're numbered just like the other ones are, 1, 2, and 3. You put one down. Put this on top. If they don't go through, you don't, when you're stacking them, don't stack them that they're perfectly the same at the end. Stack them that they're a little bit staggered, if you can see what I'm doing here. And they will go through just fine. Of course, now they're not going to just to make a liar out of me. Nope, there they go. Easy peasy. Okay. So I guess everybody found or heard what happened with the library. So now we're back to first Thursday night, Wernersville, second Thursday afternoon, Robizonia. And it's going to stay that way now. So that'll make it easy. Thursdays, library day. If I can find another library to pick up, I might. I don't know. I might not. I really don't need any more. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we are going to glue that guy onto the square of the purple. And then we're going to put that on dimensionals. And we have the It's Your Day banner. That's going to be right over here, also on dimensionals. And we're going to take a piece of paper, preferably white. And I have a piece cut, and I'm going to put it down on the bottom here. And then it says, "It's your day. Wishing you the happiest of birthdays" on the inside. And I have, oh, okay. I have some of this ruched ribbon. I'm just going to make a little bow with that, because I think this yellow goes really nice with the paper. And we'll put that on the glue dot. And it's all good. Now, if you noticed, I'm constantly opening and closing and opening and closing and opening and closing the ink boxes. I don't leave them open ever because I used to do that. And I've stuck cards in them. I've stuck my elbows in them. I have messed up so many things that I had just about done that I got so mad that I got myself into the habit of always closing them in between. So try very hard not to ever leave one of those ink pads open on my desk. And I very strongly advise you to do the same. Always make sure you close them. There we go. Okay, now it's upside down. Wishing you the happiest of birthdays. Oh, but this one we are going to. Oh, we have plenty of this paper here. I might even have a nice small piece of it. Ah, it's not quite going to work. Bummer. Hmm. Okay. 2.5 by 5 3/4. My dogs are bugging now. 8 o'clock is their bone time. And they know. I don't know how they know, but they know. And if you're 5 minutes late, they are bugging and bugging. Okay, envelope. Fun and easy, Carol. These cards are just I that's what I like about these cards. They were all and they look nice for being so easy, right? I think my glue's getting not liking I don't know what it's getting. It's getting something though. And I'm cutting this off and we are done. So, Carol, I'm going to see you tomorrow. Linda, I'm going to see you tomorrow. Um, Karen, I'm getting back to the why little by little. I started back to the silver sneakers classes Tuesday and Thursday class, not classes. And thank you, Barb. That's yours. That one's going to be yours. Okay, we have that one for tonight. And we had this one for tonight. And we had this one for tonight. I'm just, oh, and I turn them upside down again. They're all three in the picture. Good. Okay. Well, thank you for joining me. I only ran a little bit over. So here we are. I hope you enjoyed it. Easy cards. Try and make some for yourself. And you guys on my team, I will talk to you tomorrow too. Um, gonna be a busy day tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you, some of you tomorrow, and some of you next week. Good night.